timeout for this, as we do have both players clicked in. We're kicking it off here in map 1. It's h0ntr versus Tobe on Leandri. Looks like h0ntr getting the fortuitous spawn and picking up that first belt, the ever-important belt. We're going to see an engagement here in middle. h0ntr actually opting for the minigun, trying to close the distance. Guesses wrong. Tobe with a nice primary. A second primary, eating all kinds of minigun from h0ntr. Another primary, a fourth. But that belt is just holding fast for h0ntr. Tobe retreating, checking on the armor, does pick it up. Both players doing damage. 26 HP for Tobe. This ever-important first engagement goes to h0ntr. Leveraging that belt to take the first frag of the map. And the match, indeed. So already we saw some pretty stellar aim from Tobe. And meanwhile, h0ntr using that belt to eat all of those primaries that Tobe gave him, but still ultimately getting that kill. Man, just Tobe's aim is insane right now. Whittling away most of h0ntr's health with an Enforcer. h0ntr going for the prediction combo in the elevator. He's down to 45 HP, but he does have that belt. Tobe playing smart, opting to retreat and pick up the armor to narrow that health gap as much as he can. h0ntr kind of stuck under the walkway. But Tobe doesn't have that great of a gun right now. He's just spamming flak from distance to keep h0ntr honest. Gonna have to retreat and pick up the armor again. Meanwhile, h0ntr just kind of standing in middle, daring Tobe to come through him. He knows Tobe's probably gonna opt to pick up the armor and try to use that to get through him to pick up the belt. And all h0ntr really has to do is force Tobe to come through him in order to win that belt. And h0ntr will just run back and collect it when it's coming up. We saw this employed somewhat by Sonic in the previous game that we watched to pretty good effect, but eventually Danny's aim was able to heat up and he was able to take control of the map and was not, basically didn't give it up. So could we see that come from Tobe? Is two well-placed flak secondaries, not quite smiley faces, but right on his toes. Forces h0ntr to retreat, but he is going to get that belt to re-up. And Tobe just seems content to give up belt control right now, hoping to utilize his superior aim to win an engagement here, but h0ntr is not letting him do so. Trades a couple primaries for one. Tobe gonna have to retreat, eats a third. He's down to 25 HP. Wisely turns the corner to pick up the armor, but that's not gonna last long if he's not able to pick up some health to complement it, but he takes off the belt from h0ntr with two primaries. Well played. h0ntr idling in front of the elevator, and a tactical move there to steal the health from Tobe, who still only has 25. He's going to rush around lower. Well, no. He opts not to give away his position by letting him know he's picked up the health. Kind of spraying, praying with the flak, and h0ntr able to take advantage. Finally zeroes in on Tobe's position. Frags him out with the rockets, maintaining map belt control. But just a 2-frag lead, so despite not having control, Tobe's doing a good job of not letting h0ntr utilize this advantage to get a bunch of frags. And just like that, as I'm jabbering on about map control, Tobe has the belt. So biding his time has paid off, as he does have the health advantage. He has time on belt, sees h0ntr above him. Not great weapons for him, though. He's only shown us a minigun, kind of spamming some Enforcer, although his aim is stellar. Whips out the flak once he closes the distance. Trying to get on the board is Tobe. He does not have a frag, and there it is. The first one of the game for him. First one of the map. Just a 2-1 lead for h0ntr after all this time. And this is kind of the crux of the pace of Leandri. You can have players that slow it down. I mean, I actually remember, I believe it was in the finals of the last decent NA 1v1 tournament between Zealous and Sly, where it actually was a 1-0 game. We went to overtime 0-0. Of course, a lot of that had to do with Sly running, but it's a valid, employable tactic on this map, as we're seeing primaries get exchanged in middle, both players utilizing the shot. Tobe has to pick up health, and h0ntr, realizing he is low, capitalizes to get another frag to get back to that 2-frag lead. Follows it up with another play primaries on the defenseless Tobe, who spawned without a weapon, of course. Opted not to really retreat, but didn't have many options. So h0ntr, more of CTF fame. Doesn't have his trusty translocator to get a telefrag. Doing quite well here on the first map in this matchup. Oh, wow, Tobe was going to go for the piston portal camp, but h0ntr is having none of it. Comes through, guns blazing, a couple of bubbles. Puts down Tobe. It's a 4-frag lead for h0ntr, biggest of the map so far. We're seeing Tobe continue to be patient, and h0ntr really liking this spot, just hanging outside of the belt portal in mid, just daring Tobe to come through him, spamming combos towards the armor portal right by the pulse. And after Tobe has picked up some armor and some health, he comes out swinging with the flat cannon. h0ntr opting for the defensive combos, has the high ground. Playing smart, not being overly aggressive, doesn't need to be. Tobe just trying to get an idea of where h0ntr is so he can close that distance. Cannot connect with the flak. Just a few shards here and there. And the death from above, Tobe extremely aggressive, whittles off that belt, but h0ntr, the strafing combo, is able to make short work of Tobe, and he's going to wisely retreat back to that belt. But look who spawned there. It's Tobe picking up the minigun. h0ntr spraying and praying with the flak, connects with 2. And a 6-frag lead for h0ntr. He's going to move out to middle, collect some weapons to keep him out of Tobe's hands. Tobe already back out in mid with a flak cannon. And a similar engagement to what we saw just a few seconds ago. But that belt is most likely up. And h0ntr's kind of giving up position on it. If Tobe is smart, he'll take advantage and move through the portal and go check on it. But instead, opting to fight the primary war. h0ntr has the health advantage again. That's 3 for 1. One more, I think, will put him down, and there it is. I'm not really sure what Tobe's thought process was there. He had position. He could have easily retreated to the belt. But he got the spawn. Picks up the belt anyway. A little piston portal camping. Kind of a lame tactic, but still valid if it is allowed in the rulebook, and I think it is for this. h0ntr had so much health, it wasn't enough to kill him. Another engagement here in the center. Primaries are out. No combos, really. Interesting tactics here, as we've seen. We saw in the previous match, it was more combos coming from Sonic and Danny. These guys relying more on raw aim, opting for the primaries. Not a lot of snipers coming out. Here come the rockets from h0ntr, trying to close the distance on Danny, but Tobe, excuse me, able to land the desperation primary before h0ntr could unload that load of rockets, which surely would have killed him. Tobe picking up a little bit of momentum, closes the gap to 4 frags. The h0ntr spawns just nearby and picks up the minigun. Tobe getting his 2nd belt in a row. h0ntr completely low on health. Tobe, if he's smart, closes the distance, but h0ntr able to do some significant damage with that minigun. Tobe trying to get the armor to deny it from h0ntr, but h0ntr with a fortuitous spawn, able to pick it up. Tobe just lurking, waiting for h0ntr to come out of that armor area. Kind of employing what we saw h0ntr doing previously, sitting in this same spot. Here's another engagement in middle. As we see both players not being overly aggressive, playing possum, playing smart, forcing the other to expose themselves before starting to take their pot shots. Just under 6 minutes left. Extremely close game. Anyone's really at this point, as it's only a 3-frag differential in favor of h0ntr, and Tobe narrows it to 2 with that. Can he get the 2nd? h0ntr minigun was just too on point there. You would have thought Tobe could have capitalized on that spawn kill, but h0ntr wisely picks up that minigun and whittles through that belt and health to put Tobe down to keep it a 2-frag lead for him, but h0ntr's hard skin is totally real here. 31 HP. Tobe wondering why he just can't seem to put h0ntr in the dirt. Finally, another frag for Tobe, narrowing the gap to 2. 5 minutes left on the clock. h0ntr picking up a rocket launcher. Gonna opt to retreat towards that belt, which I don't think is up. Tobe, meanwhile, he's gonna come the roundabout way and runs right into the well-placed rockets from h0ntr. Bit of a mistake there, but smart, patient play from h0ntr. That's probably going to win him the belt as he has position. There it is. Gets the pickup. Next one will be up at 45. And Tobe's probably not going to have time on it because he wasn't close to hear the pickup. Another primary battle from distance in middle. These guys really like using that tactic. Here come the combos from h0ntr. And he sees him heading towards the armor. Perhaps a showdown here. Flak shards coming out. Spray and pray. And it's just that was just a smart play from h0ntr. Bided his time, waited for the armor to come up, used the portal to his advantage, strafed out with some rockets, picks up the armor and the frag to make it a 4th frag lead. The lame tactics continue as the piston portal camping, excuse me. He's able to do some serious damage to h0ntr, but does not get the frag for Tobe, as h0ntr is able to bubble his way out of that situation to get the frag and pick himself up the belt. Now a 5 frag lead for him. Caught sleeping is h0ntr, but Tobe wasn't able to connect with those sneak attack shots, but burst h0ntr's bubble, and that was the frag he needs, taking 1 away from h0ntr to bring it within 4. Tobe's aim starting to heat up here, being a bit more aggressive, which I like. He was extremely patient and slow-played it to start this game, although he didn't have map control, so playing the smart game. But he's going to need to start being a bit more aggressive in the waning minutes of this first map to close the distance here. 3 minutes left, down by 3 frags. Minute of frag, not outside of the realm of possibility whatsoever on Leandri. But a lot of that is predicated on how h0ntr plays. Does he want to play the time game and be patient, or does he want to be aggressive, as Tobe able to get the belt, but runs right into a combo from h0ntr, well placed. 2 primaries, though, responding is Tobe, going to close the distance, be aggressive. He sees that desperation flak bomb coming out, denies the armor from h0ntr. This is good map control from Tobe, but now he needs to translate this into a frag to hopefully turn it into maybe 2 or 3 if he can get a fortuitous spawn. But h0ntr is playing smart here, utilizing the close quarters of the armor area with the flak, but Tobe wisely closing the distance to pick up that frag. Does not get a lucky spawn, so he's going to opt to pick up some health, maintain map control, rotate over to the belt, sees h0ntr over at the Deemer with that deadly minigun, and to respond, he pulls out the pulse, and that's going to bring it within 1 with 2 minutes remaining. So this map, my friends, is going to come down to the wire. Tobe picking up that all-important belt. h0ntr, meanwhile, I think he's trying to close the distance. I don't know if he has armor or not. He only has rockets, though. Tobe, meanwhile, is in middle, spamming shot. Pulls out rockets himself. Tobe down by 1 frag, and h0ntr is starting to play possum. He realizes he's up by 1. Tobe has to come at him, and the fact that he doesn't have map control and is certainly down in the health department, although he did just pick up armor, smart to slow play it here, although you run the risk of him stealing it from you in the last second if he can get close to you, get that frag, and then follow it up. As h0ntr spots him in mid, I don't think Tobe saw him. Although now he knows where he's at. Here's him loading rockets. 1 minute left. Closing the distance. It's a battle in portal. And Tobe, unfortunately, kills himself with the rockets. So that's going to make it a 2 frag lead for h0ntr. But rushes him quickly with the minigun to bring it within 1 again. 40 seconds left. h0ntr clinging to this 1 frag lead. Tobe doesn't know where he's at. Here's some rocket spam. Finally sees him. Steps right into some rocket spam from h0ntr. Just under 30 seconds left. Tobe's going to have to land these shots if he wants to tie it up and perhaps force an overtime here in the first map. Hits 1 primary. Can he hit the second? h0ntr is trying to stay away from him. Tobe does have the belt. 10 seconds left. Can Tobe close the distance? He needs this frag desperately. h0ntr running away, running away. And the smart play by h0ntr is victorious, winning by 1 frag here in the first map, Leandri. Tobe a bit too patient. Dare I say too timid against h0ntr here, when I would say, at least to start the game, he definitely had the superior aim. h0ntr warmed up, though, utilized belt control to get some advantageous frags in some engagements he probably would have lost if he hadn't had that belt. So, kudos to h0ntr, though, to do what he needed to do to win that map, although we will see deck for map 2, and I got to think that that's going to favor Tobe. His aim was quite stellar, but he'll need to be more aggressive, as the first belt will go to h0ntr. Tobe retreating through the portal, picks up the armor. h0ntr has boots. Another primary pew-pew battle. h0ntr eats at least one. He's going to retreat and pick up the pads. Perhaps a sniper rifle as well. And that's one thing we haven't seen much in any of the games so far, is the sniper. And Tobe, queuing in what I'm casting, perhaps he's listening in, realizes, hey, I got a hand cannon, let's use this thing. My aim is stellar. It's been pretty good thus far. Utilize the sniper, that 150 damage machine, to your advantage, as he jumps out to a quick 1-0 lead. h0ntr extremely low on health, only 48 HP. Desperation primary does connect, though. But Tobe trying to utilize the high ground and that sniper rifle. And h0ntr, just textbook aggressive play to pick up the belt right out from under Tobe's nose, who's down to 5 health. So h0ntr might not have... Well, I don't know. His aim's been pretty good. I mean, these guys have been trading shots pretty evenly, but I would give the edge to Tobe just a little bit. But h0ntr with superior positioning and pickup control so far. Trying to use that belt to his advantage. He's whittled Tobe down to 13 HP once again. Tobe retreating, picking up some vials, heading towards the flak room and going to pick up some health. h0ntr leveraging that belt to go for the high ground, trying to contest that pads, but does not do so. Tags him with the combo and peeks down with the sniper rifle to finish him off. 1 frag lead for h0ntr. Probably going to lead to the belt for him. No, Tobe is there as well. Has h0ntr down to 41 HP, and the second primary does the job. He's going to pick up boots, hopefully turn it into a belt. Jumping primary with the boot. Pops his bubble. Can he follow it up with a second? h0ntr has to be low. Nursing 35 HP. Defensive combos from him. Tobe wisely not pursuing. Forces h0ntr to expose himself. Connects with the primary. So now he has a 1 frag lead, and it's looking like this map is going to be a close one, folks. Again, it is a best of 3, so Tobe needs to win this map to force a tiebreaker. h0ntr winning Leandri in an extremely close one, as close as they get, short of overtime. Another engagement here, lower pit, just above the goo. Sniper connects for Tobe, falls into the slime, but does not matter. The 180 body shot is able to finish off h0ntr. Here's the spawn, though. h0ntr picks up the armor, eats the combo. Tobe a bit of a spray and pray, picks up the boots. He's very low on health, but knows that belt is coming up. h0ntr chooses not to contest it. Here's the portal, though. A bit of tactical boot jump there. h0ntr sees it coming. And a well-placed, I believe that was a headshot on h0ntr. Utilizing that belt to his advantage. Tobe picking up the armor, denying it from h0ntr, but h0ntr being extremely aggressive, catches Tobe stuck in the alleyway. Hits 3 primaries, but that belt coming in handy for Tobe. Keeps him alive long enough to connect the shot and put h0ntr down. Getting a second spawn kill. Up to a 5 frag lead here as Tobe's trying to put some distance between himself and h0ntr to perhaps force a tiebreaker. It's another one in a row. 6 frag lead. Waiting for that belt. Make that 7. And h0ntr's playing well. I think he's being aggressive when he needs to be, falling back when he should as well. But Tobe's just landing his shots. Oh, though it sounds like h0ntr fell in the goo. Does pick up the boots. Tobe knows it, though. Let's switch to h0ntr now, who wisely trying to back away, but Tobe closing the distance. Oh, they trade shots. h0ntr removes the belt, but loses his life in the process, peeking down at the belt spawn, hoping desperately that it will be up. It is not. Switching back to Tobe. Has that 8 frag lead, gets caught in the boot cubby. Eats a primary from h0ntr. Cannot connect with the sniper rifle. Retreating to pick up some health in the flak room. Both players showing that they are savvy 1v1ers, not just relying on brute force aim or aggressive play. You know, rotating between the two types as a bit of patience from Tobe. Catches h0ntr sleeping as he goes for the belt. Puts him down with a combo from behind. Wins himself the belt. Gets him a 9 frag lead and another engagement here on the bridge. Looks like it's going to go h0ntr's way. All that talk about Tobe's aim, and h0ntr steps up to the plate, just brute forcing through that health advantage of Tobe's. Tobe wisely going to pick up the pads and the sniper rifle. It's a sniper engagement from high to low. Neither connecting, hitting nothing but air, swing and a miss. Couple of body shots from Tobe. He's able to win the day, but he was whittled down to 16 HP. Wisely drops to pick up the health packs in the flak room. Ring around the Rosie, through the map to pick up some health. h0ntr is going to pick up the armor in the pit area. So Tobe in prime position to force a tiebreaker. Getting himself the belt, and h0ntr pulling a page out of Tobe's book, baiting at the belt. Probably should have gone with the combo instead of the primary, but did not have time. Does some damage, but it's not going to matter. That belt advantage too much as Tobe landing with the headshot on h0ntr from the ramp. Making it a double-digit lead here. Nicely done from him, doing absolutely everything he needs to do to win this must-win map and force a tiebreaker. Really impressive display from both players despite the large lead from Tobe. I mean, both of these guys are hitting shots and playing well. It's just Tobe's kind of translated his map control and health control into frags, whereas h0ntr hasn't quite been able to do that. The frags he has picked up have been just brute forcing through the health advantage, but he's not turned that into subsequent spawn kills, which you kind of have to do on deck. Now, a lot of that is, you know, what are the spawns? Are you getting some lucky spawns so you can take those spawn kills? And then another big part of that is just map knowledge and queuing into, you know, audio sounds and just knowing the algorithms somewhat to take advantage. And it seems like Tobe has a bit more experience in that part on this map. So he's turning into a 14 frag lead here. h0ntr just having a tough go of it here in the second map. With just about 7 minutes left on the clock, h0ntr falls into the slime, going for the belt, I believe, but it's not up. He does pick up the boots. Tobe spots him, whittles him down to 10 health. Battle for pit. Tobe using the high ground. Matrix Wars with the boots. Tobe closing the distance. Utilizing that belt to his advantage with the pulse. h0ntr a little bit of strafe heroing there. Stays alive for probably longer than he should have. Tobe stops moving and just pulses him. Or maybe that was a Rockets. So looking more and more like we're going to see a tiebreaker here, a third map. After h0ntr ekes by on map 1 by 1 frag. We're seeing Tobe in full control here on, I believe, his map pick. Deck 16. Not sure what the tiebreaker will be, but a textbook boot jump combo in lower from h0ntr to stop a little bit of Tobe's momentum. He needs to try to translate this into some map control, but Tobe already has himself a sniper rifle. h0ntr picking up the armor, going to have to move over towards the belt. Let's see if Tobe's doing that already. He does. Not sure if he picked up the belt, though. There's the belt spawn. h0ntr is in position to get it. Gets primaried off the ledge. Tobe opts not to pursue. A well-placed combo from below. He's going to win the belt for h0ntr. It's a little hot in here, guys. I'm going to have to mute my mic real quick and turn on the AC. We're going to go silent cast, as it is a 15 frag lead for Tobe right here. We'll watch from his perspective. And I'll be back momentarily. Going to eat a little bit of my dinner. Thanks for tuning in. Just need a little bit of a vocal break. Get some food, cool off a little bit. So we'll probably see a tiebreaker here.
Five minutes remaining.
So there you have it, folks. Trying to chew my last bite of dinner, literally. Sorry about that. Tobe winning map 2 in convincing fashion, 20 frags, after just barely losing map 1 Leandre to h0ntr by 1 frag. Responds pretty much as well as you could have hoped by winning deck 16 convincingly. Again, I did go silent cast for the last 5 minutes. Haven't really had a chance to do much of anything with all the games we've been casting this afternoon, so squeezed in my dinner in the 5 minutes there. The game was pretty much in Tobe's control. So we'll see a tiebreaker, which I guess, judging by what we're seeing here, is going to be agony. Let me turn off my AC. As you can probably hear that in the background, we'll get this going. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. Again, I am Mess. I hope you have enjoyed the stream thus far. If you do and you haven't already, please click the follow button, as I'll be providing this kind of content in perpetuity, hopefully, in the future. You see in the first engagement here, Tobe has the armor, and h0ntr has the belt. Tobe getting the Ripper frag. My goodness. h0ntr, you got to be a little embarrassed after that one. Tobe whittled down to 4 HP, a master of staying alive. It gets another Ripper kill with the spray and pray. 2 Ripper kills in a row. See you, Sponge. Good luck in your match. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate it. So kicking things off in just impressive fashion is Tobe. Although nearly bubbles himself there. h0ntr whipping out his trusty minigun. Can't dance around those bubbles, though. Unfortunate spawn for him. This time, Tobe taking a page out of h0ntr's playbook, pulling out the minigun himself. Wins the day, gets himself the belt, 4 frag lead, and map control, but already h0ntr is over there at the armor. Sets some rockets at Tobe's feet. Well placed. Tobe opted not to pick up the vials and give away his position. Sees h0ntr picking up some health packs. Nice retreating from Tobe. Well-placed combo and primary to get another frag to make it a 5 frag lead here. Going to pick up the sniper rifle. And try to deny the armor. He will from h0ntr. Here's the spawn. And this is textbook agony. You get a frag. You hold your position, listen for the spawns, and if it's close, you close the distance before they can pick up a weapon. And Tobe is able to turn 1 frag into 3 quickly by doing just that. He's got the belt time, he's starting to head over towards it, sees h0ntr with the spawn. 2 primaries is not enough to put h0ntr down, but he does get the belt. So early lead here on the tiebreaker, looking good for Tobe after building up quite a bit of momentum. In map 2 deck, winning it by 20 frags over h0ntr. Again, picking up the armor, has all kinds of health and armor. h0ntr just really playing from behind here in the opening minutes of this tiebreaker. Only 3 HP. He's been able to get some decent weapons, but has never had much health or armor to speak of. And all the engagements have just gone Tobe's way so far. Thoroughly heated up is Tobe. Although h0ntr's aim has not been bad, it's just hasn't been quite enough to compete with Tobe. As a well-placed combo, followed by a couple of rockets, not quite enough to put Tobe down. That's unfortunate. If that second rocket had connected, I think h0ntr would have had him. Fortunately for him, that combo does. It's gonna get him on the board and get him the belt, so this is a good spot for h0ntr to be in. 9-1. Really has to slow Tobe down here and take map control as Tobe is playing smart, trying to close the distance, taking pot shots with that flak. h0ntr picks up some health, waiting for that armor to spawn to deny it from Tobe. Realizes he cannot give Tobe any health or armor advantage whatsoever. Runs over to pick up the sniper and the pads. Meanwhile, Tobe kind of traipsing around the map, looking to pick up some vials, but he's in actually good position to pick up the next belt, although it's not going to be up for a while. We're trying to get a beat on where Tobe is at. Has an idea, but not quite sure. In position to pick up the belt again. There it is. He does get the belt. That's his second in a row. Nice job of denying it from Tobe, but at a certain point, he's going to have to turn those belts into frags, as right now, he's just using it to maintain control of the map, and Tobe's perfectly content to stay on the other side and force h0ntr to come after him. I mean, your name is h0ntr. I assume that's a play off of Hunter. When you got the belt and you got the health advantage, you need to go hunting. You need to turn that into frags. As Tobe waits for h0ntr to close the distance and utilizes that up-close and personal flat cannon to win the day, turns it into a second, and there's double-digit lead for Tobe. 10 frags. Here in the tiebreaker, not looking good, although still plenty of time on the clock for h0ntr to respond, but he's going to have to change something up, because what he's doing right now is just not working against Tobe, who's thoroughly heated up here in the tiebreaker map. Another engagement at the belt. Tobe's flak is just on point. Realizes h0ntr's low, switches to the minigun to finish him off. I believe that won him the belt as well. Smart play to move over to the armor. Denying it to h0ntr, up to 199 HP, so completely stacked as Tobe. Just a perfect position to be in. Fighting from distance with the sniper rifle with that extreme health and armor advantage. Knows h0ntr is going to look for any sort of health he can get, and interesting play from Tobe. But h0ntr reverses his field, hears that piston go off. It's just too much health and armor for Tobe. He utilizes the sniper rifle to put down h0ntr with a couple of body shots. Picking up that armor, he's going to probably rotate back towards the belt. And the way this map is going, this could be another blowout for Tobe unless something changes quick. Not looking like it. Tobe's aim is just on point right now. Showing absolutely he belongs in the top 10. I think, again, he is the 13 seed. So 13 versus 20. I don't know, perhaps Tobe playing higher than that 13 seed would lead you to believe, because he's looking every bit a top 10 player, although admittedly I have not seen all the top 10 players play in this tournament yet. Hoping to, but haven't yet. It's a spam engagement, flak versus rockets, although Tobe whips out the sniper, h0ntr picks out the shock, closes the distance, and Tobe wisely switching to that flat cannon for the facial. Charge just too much. 14 frag lead here with just about 8 minutes on the clock here in the tiebreaker. And Tobe just completely in control. h0ntr does not have an answer for what he's been doing so far here on Agony. And I'm not really sure if you're h0ntr what you do at this point. He's finally got himself some armor. He's going to get pads, although he knows Tobe is over there. Tobe has the belt. Tobe's aim is just on point right now. It's too good. Every time h0ntr exposes himself, he takes damage. I mean, h0ntr's playing it smart. He's trying to close the distance because all he had was rockets, although he picks up the shock. He's got Tobe cornered, missed the combo. Really needed that one. Tobe's going to whip out the minigun before h0ntr can pick up the armor. Gets the frag, denies him the armor. h0ntr spawns by the belt, although I don't think it's coming up. And that was h0ntr's chance. I think that was his chance to stop Tobe's momentum and perhaps make up some ground. Minigun cannot finish him off. Tobe's flak does. There's a second. And quickly approaching the 20 frag lead as he backs into the belt as Tobe comes out swinging right at him with the flak, opts to finish him off with the minigun. Tobe, just textbook 1v1 play from him so far. h0ntr seeming a bit outmatched at this point. And given that we're fast approaching, 6 and 5 minutes remaining in this map, I'm not sure if h0ntr is going to be able to close the distance. Tobe well in control, playing smart, not going to make any mistakes to play into h0ntr's hands to give him a chance to get back in this game. Which is what you sometimes see from players who open up a big lead like this. They get overly aggressive and allow their opponent to get back in the game. Tobe, see, look at this. He had the health advantage, he had the position advantage, but just baited the armor. I mean, that's just playing the map, playing your opponent. Although there did allow a little bit, allowed h0ntr to close the distance a bit too much, given that he had the Ripper and Tobe had the Sniper. But Tobe's aim is in full effect right now and was able to put h0ntr down with quickness. 21 frag lead here. Just under 6 minutes left. In full map control is Tobe. h0ntr kind of in desperation mode, hanging out at the belt, hoping it comes up soon. But Tobe, I'm sure, knows exactly when it comes up and will be heading that way. Full health and armor in tow. Again, I'm just not sure h0ntr is going to be able to pull this one out. Giving away his position there. I'm sure Tobe probably heard it. Let's go check to see where he's at. No, he didn't see h0ntr over there. He's just doing laps, picking up health, armor, and weapons, as he's, I guess, perfectly content to allow h0ntr to wait on that belt. But Tobe knows when it's coming up, just as I said. Close quarters engagement. h0ntr had the chance there with that initial sniper shot. But Tobe, utilizing that flak exceptionally in those close engagements, wins the day, wins the frag, and gets himself the belt again after all that waiting from h0ntr. Just unfortunate for him. And h0ntr caught sleeping. Doesn't check the corner. Tobe does. Makes it a 23 frag lead. 4.5 minutes later, or remaining, excuse me. h0ntr had a chance to take a pot shot on an unsuspecting Tobe there, who's moved over to the armor. And it's just denied everything from h0ntr up to this point. h0ntr kind of just playing the retreating game, trying to hope that Tobe's going to be aggressive and come at him. Get an opportunistic kill. But Tobe, again, playing smart, not playing into h0ntr's hands. Perfectly content to just run laps around the map, picking up weapons, health, and ammo, because it's all on h0ntr to come to him and get these frags. Otherwise, this game is over. It is the tiebreaker. It's do or die for both these players. Winner moves on in the upper bracket. Loser gets bumped to the lower bracket and is that much closer to being eliminated from the tournament. And Tobe's just firmly in the driver's seat. Engagement at the pad sniper area. Tobe, the low ground. Doesn't seem to matter. It's a well-placed combo. Just can't quite do enough damage as h0ntr finally able to get a frag with the sniper rifle, but he's extremely low on health. Tobe knows it. Forcer not quite enough to frag h0ntr, and he's got to retreat to the armor, picks it up along with some health, and Tobe probably heading for the belt. He knows when it's up. He's got it. Coming out with the minigun. h0ntr retreating, spamming combos and bubbles from behind. And at this point, at the 3-minute mark, down by 21, you got to stop retreating and start going at him. I mean, it doesn't matter if you lose by 1 or 100. You lose the map at this point. Winning is winning, as Vin Diesel would say in Fast and the Furious. He just needs to go for the win at this point, regardless. But Tobe playing the head games, just taking pot shots at h0ntr from distance, knows he doesn't have to go at him, although a bit careless coming around the corner there. Eats a combo. h0ntr tries to finish him off with the rockets. Tobe's just eating all kinds of damage and finally finishes him off with the sniper rifle body shot. But took all kinds of damage himself. Has to pick up some health packs. Gets himself the belt. Whittle that lead down to 19. Make that 18. Decent run for h0ntr, but this is probably too little too late as we're approaching the 2-minute mark. And if Tobe plays this smart, which he's done kind of up to this point, I think he'll have it, and he will win this matchup. We had h0ntr winning map 1 Leandri by 1 frag, 11-10. Tobe came storming back on the second map deck, winning by 20. And you've seen him in full control here in the tiebreaker, although h0ntr had a bit of a streak. They narrowed the gap from, I think, 22 to 17, but it's kind of too little too late. 1.5 remaining. Just not going to happen for him. And Tobe's going to win this in 3 and move on in the upper bracket of this Normal Weapons Duel Cup. €250 on the line. h0ntr getting his second belt in a row. But this is essentially garbage time. Getting bounced. by Tobe. Can't hit the air rocket to follow him up. Come on, looking for the highlight reel kill there. Haven't had quite too many of those in this game. We saw several. Oh, that rocket from h0ntr, though. Thread the needle. A bit of a spray and pray, but Tobe walks into it. 45 seconds left. The victory is imminent for Tobe. Coming storming back after just barely losing the first map to h0ntr. Kudos to him, the CTFer, for playing so well against an obvious veteran 1v1er with stellar aim in Tobe. I expect him to perform well in this tournament. Once this, these final 20 seconds count down, we'll take a look at the bracket to see where these guys are going to end up. Potentially who Tobe will face next. Final seconds are counting down. The bait kill from Tobe from the lamppost next to the belt. Final belt for him in garbage time. The countdown is real. And not quite the victory from the previous map. He won by 20. 19 will be the number. Tobe winning in 3 maps over h0ntr. Well played by h0ntr, but Tobe just a bit too strong on Dex 16 and Agony. That will conclude the second matchup in the 1v1 tournament that we have